Love.Always. I'm here to talk to you about a few websites. Two websites that I mean a whole lot to me. The first website is the Polaris Project. The Polaris Project is about victims of human trafficking, sex trafficking, human trafficking, and I would just like to give y'all some facts, or some myths and some facts. Myth one: it's always or usually a violent crime. The reality is, the most pervasive myth about human trafficking is that it often involves kidnapping or physically forcing someone into a situation. In reality, most traffickers usually use psychological means such as tricking, defrauding, manipulating, or threatening victims into providing commercial sex or exploitative labor. See, I didn't know that at first. I did not know that. And when I was able to find something that would explain to me about more about human trafficking, it just blew my mind with all these different the myths and the facts about these myths, or the reality rather. Myth 2: all human trafficking involves commercial sex. Here's the reality: human trafficking is the use of force, fraud, or coercion to get another person to provide labor or commercial sex. Worldwide, experts believe there are more situations of labor trafficking than of sex trafficking, but there is much wider awareness of sex trafficking in the U.S. than of labor trafficking. I mean, just off of the movies or television shows that had to do with sex trafficking, it always made me feel about, or human trafficking. It was always like sex trafficking. I think we all would be, you know, it's not really a bad thing, but I think we all would assume that when we hear about human trafficking, it's sex trafficking, sex labor and things like that. And it just made me, realize, wow, you have a lot more learning to do about that. You need to actually learn about the facts. You need to know. You need to educate yourself. What's on TV, what's on the movies, is just not it. You know, and for it to be, I mean, for it to have more wider awareness of sex trafficking in the U.S., I just hope that, okay, we're aware. Now we can actually cut down. We can track this down and put a stop to it as much as we can. Myth number 3: many survivors have been trafficked by romantic partners, including spouse, and by family members. Well, that is the reality. Actually, it's it's not just people that you don't know, or you're alone in the parking lot and someone, that's a lot of the television stuff, the movies. It can be people that you put trust in, and they manipulate and abuse that trust, and they have you doing the so vile actions and, you know services, or sex acts. It's disgusting, and it really pains me that this is something that isn't being talked about enough. I know 2020 has been a shaky year with COVID, and of course, with it being election year, it's always going to be a hot topic. But this is a real thing, just as much as everything else, and we need to have more conversations and more ways to cut this out. Just a little bit about them, though. Founded in 2002, Polaris is named for the North Star, which people held in a slavery in the United States used as a guide to navigate their way to freedom. Today, we are filling in that roadmap for the journey and lighting the path ahead. It's nice to just be able to read something like this, and just to know where this came from, where the name came from. It's one of those things where it it starts to connect. It just starts to connect. It really does. And there's 25 million people worldwide that are put into this disgusting ring of human trafficking and sex trafficking, and the Weinstein guy, the girl, that lady, the sex trafficking rings full of the celebrities. it's disgusting. It really is disgusting, and I hope and pray that we can take accountable, hold accountable the people that are involving themselves into this thing, and put them to justice. Because it's girls, there's boys, people in the LGBTQI plus community, little children, just so vulnerable, so unaware of what's going on, and they're they get in this type of environment. They can't escape. You know what I mean? And it's real sickening to know that's what people do to people, other people. It's disgusting. For in labor trafficking. For money. Money. Disgusting. The lengths people go to for money. And for pleasure, to see other people, do these things, and locked in confinement, locked in chains, locked in, rooms, never be able to go outside. It's disgusting. It really is. Well, I hope that you be able to go to this website, polarisproject.org. There's more than just a few myths that I showed y'all. There's a few more than that. It's a whole lot more. And I think y'all be able to learn a whole lot more. And please, if you can, donate. It is going to a really helpful cause, a really necessary cause. The second, this is another another website that means a whole lot to me. It's joincampaign0.org. This one is about limiting and holding accountable the police, and their actions and what they can do to be better. And there's a few ways to hold these police accountable. Number one, and broken window policing. Number two, community oversight. Who watches the watchman? Who polices the police? Number three, limit use of force. Right? Number four, independently investigate and prosecute. Number five, community representation. That is something that is really necessary. Number six, something that we have more now, body cams. Film the police. Number seven, training. We need better training, proper training. Really, that's something that is necessary. Number eight, and for profit policing. Number nine, demilitarization. And number 10, fair police union contracts. Campaign Zero encourages policymakers to focus on solutions with the strongest evidence of effectiveness at reducing police violence. Our platform is continuously updated in response to the findings and insights of researchers and organizers worldwide. This is something that, please, if you have it in your heart to learn a bit more, please do. This is something that the police is everywhere, in every country, every city. In Nigeria with the NSARS, police brutality there. It's all over the world. And it's up to us. We're the people. Without people, there is no police that can protect or serve. That's what police are made to do. Are here for is protect and serve, not abuse and kill. We can hold these people accountable. The police are like calm monitors at the end of the day. Just sometimes they're needed to break up certain scuffles, but you're supposed to, you go to court. You're supposed to be able to go to court and get your due process. Fair treatment in court. Everyone has the right to go to court and have their trial. If you're any more interested into this, join campaign0.org. We can live in a world where the police don't kill people by limiting police interventions, improving community interactions, and ensuring accountability. It's possible. It is possible. I'm going to leave y'all to it with episode 2. This has been episode 2 of Love.Always with L.A Khalil. I love all of y'all. Please be safe. I hope you have a blessed weekend, a happy, fun weekend. Please go get some vitamin D outside. Get that sun. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. Get a little bit exercise, or maybe read that new book. Check out that new cookbook or something. Try something new. I hope all y'all have a really blessed weekend. I'll talk to y'all later. All right? Cheers.